trying to get it up on my iPhone here so I can see comments. Bear with me, guys. It's not cooperating today. Alright, there, I think I found it. Ooh. I'm here. So, say hi as you come in. Trying to decide what size grapevine base I want to use today. Whew. You know what? Let's make our bow first, and then we'll decide. I have to make sure it's not a pair that my kids have taken and gotten crazy with. So we'll do that for the tail. Since I don't know which grapevine size I'm going to use, I measured the tail I wanted off of the bigger. So it looks like we're going to do an 18-inch tail. Hi, Sherry. How are you this lovely evening? Now here's where it really kind of matters. No, I think we're still going to do so 16-inch loops. This is a 4-inch ribbon. I did an 18-inch tail. We're doing 16-inch loops. Well, we're trying. My hands are really achy today, so bow making is a chore. So it may not end up being the prettiest bow in the neighborhood, but it's gonna be a bow. Okay, we're gonna cut this one about the same. It doesn't have to be exact. Hi, Monica. Sherry, I'm doing okay, except for my hands are swollen and achy today, but other than that, I'm great. Trying to prepare and get my kids ready to go. They're leaving on Sunday for 3 weeks to go with the grandparents. They're going to take a trip to DC and do all kinds of fun things. My youngest wanted to do the Space and Air Museum, so they got tickets to that. They're doing a water park. So they're doing all kinds of fun things. Alright, so next we're going to lay down a 2.5-inch solid yellow, because that matches. We're doing navy and yellow today. I know that's a really trendy color scheme. We'll do just a little shorter on the yellow tail. This one we're going to do 15 inches. Oh, they're going to have a blast. I am so excited for them. I got to travel a lot growing up. My dad worked for IBM, so he would get, vacation time, and he would save it up, and we would take that during, my summer vacations. So I would spend my summer vacations traveling, and I loved it. And I'm just thankful that, they've got grandparents that, still love to travel and do that kind of stuff. Because I have such wonderful memories of that. Things in the world have calmed down a little bit. Things are starting to open up, everywhere. So we feel pretty comfortable letting them go. I made it's my in-laws. It's JC's parents. I made them promise that they wouldn't go anywhere near the Capitol. I'm like, nuh-uh. All right, this is a 1.5 inch Swiss dot. I love Swiss dot. Oh, you know what? I was supposed to do 4 loops of that. What am I thinking? Lord of mercy, I got to talking. Y'all, I got to go put 2 more loops of yellow in before I put this blue in. Whoopsie. It's not that hard to do, promise. So we just take and pinch a little bit so we have enough for it to grab. We'll probably have to cut little ends out that we'll see. We're doing 15. And I go ahead and twist because I want that same look throughout the bow. It looks a little different when you don't twist. Alright, so now we've got those. We cut a little tail here. Yes, we will have to cut those out probably in the end, but that was my silly fault for not putting in enough to begin with. So that's perfect. I'm just making sure they're the same length so it doesn't look awkward. If they are, you could just pull the tails. There we go. I do straighten up here at the base though, so it still opens the right way. I don't want to trim those little tails yet though until we get the wire securing the bow. Okay, so we've got our 4 loops of yellow now. That one still looks a little long. I'm going to shorten it up. Yeah. All right, moving on. Now we can go back to the blue. Do y'all have big plans this Memorial weekend? Or are y'all sticking close to home? I've heard the traffic's already getting bad out there on the freeways. So I don't know. I imagine we're going to stick fairly close to home this weekend. Might take the boys fishing. So we did 16, 15, and then we'll do 14-inch loops on this. And we're going to do 3 of these, I think. It might just be 2. I think we might just do 2. Yeah, we're just going to do 2. I go in at the base, I straighten everything up. How did I end up with that one longer than the yellow? I don't know. There we go. It's a little better. All right. Now, because I didn't do it first, like I should have. Can y'all hear me okay? I forgot to ask. Hi, Rhea. All right, so I forgot to put my wire in. I'm just going to lift my bow a little and try to slide my wire in after the fact here. It's not so easy. Well, okay, I made it look easy that time. And then just cross them through the slats, cinch down on it, and then I grab it between my thumb and fingers to help pull it out. But I'm squeezing it tight the whole way, so then that allows me to be able to get my wire, work it around, and get it tight. Then I go from underneath. You see this? And I kind of ball it up, and that's how I do my twist. And I twist the bow, not the wire. All right. So see now how we've got these ugly little tails? We can go in now and cut them out because we're already secured in the wire. But you just had to make sure that you saved enough so it could grab the wire and wasn't going to come loose. All right. I don't shape too awful much before I get it on the wreath. If it were a bigger bow, I'd probably do more shaping than I'm going to do right now, but there's, 3 ribbons, not too many loops. So let's see the bow on this. Woo-wee! That's a little big, but I don't hate it. Let's see. I think if I use this one, though, I'm not going to be able to use all the flowers that I want. So let's look at it on an 18-inch. I don't have any 16s, and that probably would have been best. But that's not bad right there. All right, we're going to go with an 18-inch Grapevine base. Yeah, 18-inch. I'm going to give this one a little bit of a haircut, but it doesn't need much. It's a fairly clean grapevine. A loose piece anyway. You can trim these up as much as you'd like. I like mine to be clean for some designs and kind of still really natural looking for others, so it depends on the design I'm doing as to how much I give it a haircut. Almost done. I don't know which side I'm going to use yet, so I'm just going to make sure both sides are fairly clean. Alright, I think that's good. Whew. Oh good, you can hear me. Alright, now we're going to see which side looks best. Actually, both sides are good, but I think I like this one. It's got some nice, I like, honestly, where the bind, the bind vine is. I like it when I can have some of that over here and it's nice and clean. And if you see on this side, it's a little wider than this side. So this is the better side. I'm going to leave it a little bare. We'll decorate this side. So our bow is going to go right up here. There is a bind wire here, so I'm going to, or bind vine, so I'm going to wrap it around that. There we go. I give it a few good twists, and then I trim the excess, and I take the pointy edges and I point them down inside the wreath. Okay, just like that. So you can't see it, there's nothing pokey. Alright, so I want it to set at about 10, 11, right in there. Spread out our things a little bit here, just like that. And then we're just gonna let it hang and do its thing for a little while. I'm gonna try to take and roll most of these up together, the tails, to kind of get them up out of my way while I'm working for a little while. The best I can. I mean, you can only do so much, but I can take a pipe cleaner and do this, and it helps. All right, now that just helps hold them up out of the way. Okay, what we're using today is we're using some navy blue cabbage roses. These came from Michael's. The number is 611439. And then we're going to use some yellow dahlias. These came from my private supplier, but you could probably find these just about anywhere. They're just regular yellow dahlias. And then, of course, all kinds of filler. We're going to start with some ficus for the base and probably fill in with a little bit of boxwood. The ficus I got from Hobby Lobby or Michael's, one of the two. So these ficus come just like this. I got these at Michael's actually, 292507. So it comes with like 3 veins off of it, and that's how I cut. I cut 1, 2, and then 3. So I've got 3 nice pieces to work with. Now I always take the longer one, and it's going to be one that I put down here. So I'm probably going to go ahead and just do that. And we don't need that much stem, so I'm going to trim it down. Alright, so I'm going to come in with this right about here. I want it to lay, so I want it to lay right about there. So that's where I have to insert it. Get in there, lay it flat, and insert it and weave it in, just like that, okay? And then we're going to bend it a little bit, give it a little bit of shape, because it's all flat and sad. Okay, so we're going to let him rest there. Then that leaves us with 2 shorter pieces. This one that's got the piece kind of going towards the left, since I'm designing this way, I'm going to put a little bit of bend in it, and we're going to put it up top. Normally I will only use 1 bush of ficus, these 3 pieces, but I think today we're going to use 2. So see where I want it to lay? That's where I have to lay it flat and insert to get it to lay where I want it. Okay, like that. Then we're going to take this other piece of ficus and we're going to put it with a curve. Well, actually, I think I'm going to cut this little piece off. We're going to use 2 bushes. So I cut one little branch of leaves off. Then we're going to take and stick this one right behind the bow here. It's going to give us a little bit of height for the piece and a little bit of backing for the bow. So just like that. My glue strings. Okay. We'll save this for later. We might put it in the bow. So we'll use this second bush to finish out the line of the outside line. Okay, there's another long piece here. So I'm going to take and put it probably right about here. So I've got this long piece, I've got that much stem. When I lay it here, what I mean by that's where I want it to lay, I kind of hold it up against my piece, or I can do it out here because I've done it for a long time. I can just eyeball it and then do it. But you know, if you're a beginner grapevine wreath maker, just take your piece, lay it up on here, and where we want your actual leaves to come out, so this is how we want it to lay, okay? That's where we have to insert our piece. We can't insert it down here because that's where we want our piece to lay in our mind, because when we insert it down here, it's actually going to be too low. So think about where you need the actual floral piece to reside, and then that's where you have to insert it above, okay? I hope that made sense. About like that, yep. And then we've got these other pieces, 2 more pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take one of those 2 pieces, give it a little bend to the left, and we're going to come right in here with it. Right there. And I was thinking maybe back here, but I think we're going to hold on to this piece for now. All right. Ta-da. Just trying to make sure I keep my bow where I want it. All right, so now we're going to put in the next biggest element, which is our dahlias. Dahlia is my favorite flower besides the rose. I have a dahlia tattoo on my arm. It's not the best of one, but I do have one. Hi, honey. What's up?
Oh, the boys were belly laughing. I had to go see what they were belly laughing about.
Uh-oh.
I mean, they were both on straight belly laughs.
Uh-oh.
They got the blankets laid out on the floor, and next thing I know, there's one flying off of the bed onto the other one, and the other one's giggling so hard that Lola ended up having
so they're wrestling?
a little tinkle because he was laughing so hard.
So Hayden's jumping off the bed onto Logan.
And then kind of tickling them to the point where Logan's like, I was like, stop, I gotta be.
Oh my goodness.
I was wondering what was going on because they were just laughing so hard. I was like, I want to see what is going on.
I want to laugh too.
Yeah. That's
awesome.
What was going on.
Have you started your live?
Yes,
Yeah.
baby, I'm live. I'll be done in a bit, y'all.
You're alright, baby.
Alright, so this dahlia stem actually had a full head and a bloom, so we'll work the blooms in after we get all the big pieces in, okay? Sorry about that, y'all. Are the captions going crazy? My phone's doing something funny. Huh. Okay. It fixed itself. All right, so we've got 3 big yellow ones to work with. Where do we want to put them? Of course, we're going to put one up here. Of course. So let's just lay that in for a minute. So right there, and I know I'm going to have one down here. That's a given. All right, so there, and then maybe right here, I think. And then where will we put the cabbage roses? These came from Michael's, 611439 for the navy blue cabbage roses, 611439 from Michael's. You don't need all of these leaves, so I take some off. You can use them in mechanics on the back at the end if you need to. Or we may pick some and add it to the design if we need to fill in. I actually don't think we need the leaves on these at all. I've got so much stuff going in here. I'm just picking off some of the pieces that would get hung if I try to put that in. Alright, so then the cabbage roses, I think I'll go and I'll kind of split all the yellow. See, I can do a blue back here. That would look real good. Like right there. I think that's going to be where the flowers go, y'all. Yeah, and then the ribbons will come down here, and then we'll fill in with all the other little goodies. Okay, so now we're just going to go back and start gluing them in. We are taking the leaves off, though, and cutting them down because they were too long. So right about here. Just took that bottom set of leaves off. That's all I'm doing. And then this one will go in right here. I'm gonna have to get my spool for those up top. Anybody have any questions so far? About there, I think I got to step down and make sure I got it in far enough. Okay, I think that looks good. Yeah, when this one comes in, then it won't look so unbalanced. Come back in here. Yeah, it needs to come down right here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. We'll put something in the middle of the bow to kind of bring it all together. All right, so we've got the yellow buds and a little bit of ficus and all of these extra leaves to cover mechanics. And we have, let's see, those are definitely going in. The ficus, though, I think we need to put a little more in the back. Back here. Yes, yes. And we're going to take this other little piece that we cut off. And we're going to go and stick it right in here. Right in there. Okie doke. Moving on. Oh, Sherry, isn't like this like just a great color combination? I love it too. Love it. All right, so I have some mini mums here that we can put in. We have a lot of yellow going on, so I was going to try to add more blue things. So I have these blue pods that we're going to put in, and I have these, which I thought kind of softened the look a little bit. So we're going to put some of these in. These came from Michael's. 461615. 461615. Alright, so I'm going to make sure that all my leaves are turned the right way when I put this in. Alright, so I think we're going to put it in right in there. Which way did I want it in? That was the way. Alright, so I'm going to lift up my bow, kind of slide this in up under there, just so it hangs where I want it to. Right about like that. Perfect. Alright, we have 3 more little pieces. So I think Let's do one up there. I want that bow to kind of stay behind, or this loop to stay behind the flower. That way we're keeping the right shape of the bow. I want it to be kind of an angle. All right, so those sit nicely up there. We'll bring these down here. Do I have another one of these? I do. Okay, perfect. So I don't have to be stingy. I can use more. I think I just need one more piece to kind of balance it all out. Okay, I'm going to take this next piece and kind of come here with it. Piece up there. So I'm going to put this up here so it's kind of hanging down a little. Let's see. Let's put this piece back there. I'm just trying to balance out the blue throughout the whole piece. There we go. And we've got another long piece and a short piece. So, I don't know, the short piece might look good hanging out of there. So I'm going to hang on to that. We're going to come with this one and let it rest right in there. Right in here. Beautiful. Okay, we'll save this little piece. Like I said, I think we might use that hanging out of the bow. Oh no, we got two little pieces. So I totally could. I could put this right over here. Yep, that's what I shall do. As you go, you find more pieces on your table. Just add them in. There we go. Oh, she's so pretty. So pretty. Oh my gosh. All right, what else do we have blue? We've got the pods. We need to add a little white. So I brought two types of daisies. These are little miniature, and they've got like an orange dot in the middle. And then these are bigger, and they've got a yellow dot in the middle. I think these are too big. They're a little overpowering. So I think we're going to use these little ones. These came from Michael's 035126. 035126. So there's 3 stems, or 3 veins on this. We'll cut that down to make 3 stems. And we're just going to go in I have more of these, so, you know, we'll have to use more than that one little bush. But I'm just going to go in and add these around a little bit. And you want them to stand up tall, so don't push them too far down into the grapevine, okay? You want them to say, hey, I'm here. Okay, you can bend them around, give them some life. Okay. Let's see. So we'll come in on this side. Over here we need some. How many more pieces we have? We have 3 pieces, so we have to evenly space these 3 pieces. I have more, but I don't want to put more than 2 bushes of this in the design. So, little stickers are sticking. All right. Go right in here. Oh, so pretty. And we'll come down in here. Gotta add some that kind of stick out too. So then we'll have some maybe down here sticking out. There we go. There we go. Okay. I think that's good. All right, what else? What else? What else? So we had the mums, but I think that's still too much yellow. So let's go with the pods. The pods. Well, hi, Kathy. Well, I'm glad you did find me. Where do I want these? Oh, that came out the back. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, I probably shouldn't have put those there because that's where the bow is going to go, but it's okay. It's okay. These, I think I'm going to leave on that I got new cutters, y'all, on this stem, because I think I'm going to put it in like that. If not, I might have to pick each one of these individually, and I really didn't want to have to pick. We're going to pick. Maybe not, but we're going to do it individually. Thank you, Monica. Oh! All right. Well, I guess we just start at the top. I'm going to put some coming out here. I mean, we actually want to see these, you know. So that's perfect. Put these out here on the side. There we go. I think we'll put these down here at the bottom.
Look at blueberries.
Yeah, they kind of look like blueberries. Alright, let's come up under here. There we go. Love that. Okay, now we can come in with some more yellow. I have a couple of options, so let's see what we've got here. Like I said, I have the bright yellow mums, which I don't hate. They're just a little bit darker than that, so it's a nice contrast. I have these little, like, poofy, look how soft those are. They're so cool. But I don't think those really match. And then there's this wildflower. We could probably fill in with a little bit of that, the mums. And then I have some of this little blue grass, but I don't even like it. So yeah, that's how it is today. So I said I was going to use this piece to come down through the middle. Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to come behind the bow here and actually put it into the grapevine because it's a hangy piece. It's going to kind of hang right there in the middle of the bow if I can bend it down. Yeah. So like that. We'll probably put some little green in behind it, like one of these leaves. Yeah. So just lift it up, and we're going to set this green leaf right in the center of the bow and take the two middle pieces and clamp it together around that, the end of that piece of green where it's got the glue. That way it really adheres and holds it in there, and it holds your bow middle together too. There we go. Beautiful. And I didn't want to forget, I had some of this that I wanted to throw in, so let's do that. This is a two-toned boxwood. It's kind of sage and a lighter green. It's going to give a nice contrast to the dark green ficus and everything else that we've got in it. I may not use this whole bush. I don't want a whole bunch in it, but just a little. Alright, so you can squish it up or you can leave it long. We're going to kind of leave it, you know, long like this and not a condensed bush. I want it to be airy. Just twist all the pieces around so they're laying right. Okay, we're just going to keep coming around. We probably are going to use the whole bush now that I look at it. Keep coming around. That's perfect in there. We're just evenly adding it around. Okay, we got 3 more pieces. I think that's perfect. So we used a whole bush of it. I do have this in my shop if y'all like it. I'd want to get some for yourself. I'm condensing this one up just a little bit because it's going to go down here on the end. Like that. Okay, let's see. We've got this one more piece. Actually, I don't think it needs to be that long. There. We're going to make this come out right here. Perfect. Alright, I'm going to let the ribbons down now. Alright. We're going to dovetail the yellow. We're going to curl the Swiss dot blue. Actually, I need to trim that end. Yeah, fold that in under and then just curl. Okay. And then the blue ones we're also going to curl. We're going to curl this one up twice, crease it. I've got a wire sticking out there. And it's just kind of going to rest under here. And you get a good straight edge with dull scissors. Alright. So fold up once, fold up twice, crease it with your finger. Got a string here. Okay, then it's just gonna ride like that. I'm gonna trim these up just a little more. I think they can be a little shorter. Yeah. This one just a little shorter. Perfect. Look, what do we think? Oh, she's so pretty. I like her. Let's, there's these little buds. I don't even know that we may use them. Do we need them? Yeah, we need them. Let's put them in. Because I probably wouldn't use these for anything else. So, let's put them in. Another one. I'll lay it there. We'll just kind of flank them next to the blue roses. Like that. Oh, God, that's so pretty. Let's see, one more. Oh, thank you, lovelies. I appreciate that. Let's put this one in there, I think. Coming out right in from here. Yeah. Alright, I think we're done. I think we're done. Yeah, we're done. I'm not going to put anything else in it, I don't think. I don't know, though. They keep calling my name, these little wildflowers. What is wrong with me? Alright, I'm going to cut one, and I'm going to look and see how I like it. Yeah, it doesn't match with the white, but I think I'd be okay putting in a little more white. So let's do that instead. I've got 2 more of these white. Where did this piece come from? Right there. Yeah, I think I'd like more white than anything else. So that's what we're going to go with, and then we'll be done. Y'all are like, finally. Oh, come on. There we go. Love-hate relationship with those stickers, right? Yeah, the white is so much better than any other color. There. Now it's facing forward. Two more pieces. Get something right there. Not that one. This one. Gotta be this one. All right, I think we've got it. I think so, I think so. There, that's so perfect. All right, ladies, we're done. What do y'all think? Thank you. All right. Well, here, I'll hold it up so y'all can see it. All right. I think y'all can see that. Does anybody have any questions? No? All righty. Well, another one in the books. So y'all have a safe and happy holiday weekend, and I will see you guys back here next Friday. All right, love y'all. Have a good one.